This message is called The Land of Eden in America and its Garden. Time. We must understand time in order to place things in their proper perspective. One cosmic cycle is 7 Earth cycles. Each Earth cycle has 7 minor divisions within them. Earth cycles represent movements of consciousness to and from this Earth onto other planets. Of the 7 cycles, because of time, I will only focus on what's necessary for this message, because no one message can put a dent into the depth of this information. We will begin with Adam, then Adam and Eve, the giants, Atlantis, and its connection to our present race of humanity. All this to show that America is the 3rd dimensional Eden of our present race of humanity, the 5th race of people, from west to east and not the other way around as we have been taught. The first Earth cycle was called the Golden Age. I'm going to skip the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and go straight to the 5th, the Atlantean and Lemurian cycle. This directly pertains to the revelation of Eden and the purpose of this message. Genesis 1 and 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. This is the Adam Kadmon, the divine man, the God man, the etheric body, no flesh, androgynous, male and female in this one manifestation. One energy with a balance of both polarities, positive and negative. I say energy because this is a global body of spirit, not a physical body as yet. Genesis. And the Lord God formed man of dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Genesis 5 and 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day they were created. Key words, their name, meaning Adam is not one man but a race of people. At this point, the mythology depicts man being given a body of flesh and bone, the material earthly man, male and female in one body, androgynous again. Genesis 2 and 22. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto man. This race of humanity moved from androgynous, male and female combined in one vessel, to male and female separated in physical bodies. So to get clarity, man was first a spirit in the image of the Elohim, male and female in one, the first race from the first cycle. Man was then put in a body of flesh and bone, still male and female in one, but this time in a physical vessel. Why? Because man had taken on too much negation in the spirit form, and he had to be put in a physical vessel to transmute the negation. After all, your mission on earth is to transmute darkness into light. This occurred approximately in the 3rd cycle. Then man was separated from the duad in a monad, or androgynous male and female in a single body, and became woman and man separated physically. Duad or dyad is 2. A monad is 1. Duad in a monad is 1 containing both polarities, male and female. This division was the beginning of procreation from 2 opposite sexes. Before this, all humanity had no father or mother. From the spirit bodies called the Adam Kadmon of the first race in the Golden Age to the beginning of the Atlantean, Lemurian, 3rd and 4th race of the 5th cycle, they had no mother and father. How is this possible? Well, ask yourself, how is it possible for the single-cell amoeba? Secret doctrine, modes of reproduction. Consider the first stages of development of a germ cell. Its nucleus grows, changes, and forms a double cone or spindle, thus within the cell. This spindle approaches the surface of the cell, and one half is extruded in its form of what is called the polar cells. Then why could not beings have lived thus and have been created in this way at the very beginning? The Atlantean Lemurian cycle is the race of men from which Thoth Melchizedek, also known as Tahuti, is from. Thoth was from Atlantis, to be specific, the 5th cycle of gigantic humanity, although to its progenitors in the cycle before, small in comparison. These giant bodies better perfected than its predecessor from the time when they had no mother and father. Living long lives considered immortal, godmen are sons of God. But the Atlantean Thoth also ascended, though physically having a mother and father, and became like the sons of gods, the duad and the monad, long life, only dying when seeing fit. Now made like unto the gods who had not partaken in the fall, he is also considered to have no mother, no father, or beginning or end. Thoth, who is known to the Hebrew as Melchizedek, the emissary forever priest of the Most High God. Hebrews 7 and 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from slaughter of the kings, and blessed him. Hebrews 7 and 2. To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all, being first, by interpretation, king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace. Hebrews 7 and 3. Without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, abideth a priest continually. Some of you think Jesus to be the Most High God, but Melchizedek was the one that gave Jesus the priesthood, because Jesus is a symbol of the regenerative seed within the individual, and once he has risen, he will be given the priesthood from Melchizedek. Emerald tablets of Thoth, tablet 1, builded I the great pyramid, patterned after the pyramid of earth force. While I sleep in the halls of Amenti, my soul roams free to incarnate, dwell among men in this form or another. Hermes, thrice born, emissary on earth am I. Thoth reincarnates many times in different cycles as an emissary of the Most High God, the order of Melchizedek responsible for the resurgence of consciousness within man. To the Hebrews, he's known as Melchizedek, to the Egyptians, Thoth or Tahuti, to the Europeans, Hermes, Yohewa, to the copper-colored skin indigenous of North America, and to Central and South America, Kulokan, Kukumas, or Quetzalcoatl, also known to the Romans as Mercury. The name varies from tradition to tradition. He's from the fourth race of humanity before our Adamic race, the fifth race, and became a priest of the Most High God, and was made like unto the Son of God. This evolution of humanity evolved from spirit to physical form, starting with the first race being of etheric body of spirit, and from the second race to the fourth race were gigantic men whose size became smaller from the second race to the fifth race, which is our race of humanity today, and all its branches, in terms of size and features, not the color of the skin. Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, they became mighty men, which were of old men renown. Adam and Eve were created at the end of the third race, the beginning of the fourth race of humanity, at the time of Lemuria, then Atlantis. These variations of giants were called the Gibborim in the Hebrew Zohar. The Zohar 25a. There were 5 sections among the mixed multitude: the Nephilim, the Gibborim, the Anakim, the Rephaim, the Amalekites. These Atlantean bodies were during the 5th cycle, before what we know now as Africa or Kemet. Adam of the Bible is not the progenitor of all humanity, because there were bodies before his prototype. Atlantis had the entire planet as their cradle, but ruled from the location of Eden in the Bermuda Triangle.